Welcome back to the Slightly Off Topic podcast. It is I Demonic with the homie Mario.
Brett.
Skibberoo papa. And the thing goes bro to. Dude, that's
And
like
a boom boom pow.
that. Why does it go so good though? Like it's
And I
just
said, oh yeah.
yeah, like the quick moth, quick moth. Dude, like the internet is amazing place, dude. Like
It's the best place.
where else can you?
And the worst.
Yes, it's literally both. Like
Yeah.
you can be happy. 30 seconds later, depressed.
Oh yeah.
And after you're done being depressed, 30 seconds later, you're back to being happy.
Right.
You know, like the internet is an amazing place. It's so weird that, you know, back then that people thought they're like, they thought the internet was going to be a phase.
Yeah.
It was going to be a fad. It was going to literally phase out. And now look at what happened. Like there's a thing called,
It's the thing.
there's a thing called cryptocurrency. It's literally internet money.
Right.
Like now there's AI and there's EVs.
People are gonna live on the internet.
There's electric vehicles.
I mean, not just that. There's these freaking what do you call them? Like that meta. You know that meta place?
that failed terribly.
Yeah, that's online real estate.
Yes, dude. I saw that somebody made supposedly a profit because they bought they bought land on Meta and then they sold it like for crypto or whatever and they made money. So which goes to show you that there's also colonizers on virtual reality.
Yeah, there's always going to be colonizers.
Yeah, so there's not only colonizers here on Earth. There's also colonizers in virtual reality.
You know what's silly? It's the internet. It's not digital data. It's practically infinite.
Did you know actually there's really not infinite? There's
Well,
actually
there's actually a cap. Servers.
Yeah, there's actually a cap because I remember listening.
But
to...
what I'm saying is that there's enough information.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But like, it's just weird to think about it that there's actually a cap on the internet. There's only a cap of how much gigabytes, trigabytes, quadrillibytes, whatever that shit's called. You know, like of how much data gets put out into the world. You know,
right.
And like every so many years, they had to like the debt ceiling, they had to increase it. You know, that's just weird to think about. You know, like all this nothingness, because you can't touch internet, you can't like breathe internet. It's literally nothing. Like it has to go somewhere. This nothing has to go somewhere.
Right.
That's like I don't do drugs, but that's just thinking about that.
It's mind-boggling.
So about the internet and about EVs. EVs are still a thing. They're still here. Everybody's making their own EVs.
It's a fad.
It's a fad. It's a fad that's somehow going to stay here. I'm not against it because I like EVs. You know, it's the future of vehicles.
Right.
They look nice. You know, there's a lot of like Teslas I liked because
it was Prius.
Have you seen the new Prius?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
Looks like a triangle. What do they call it?
I don't think we're not. You didn't see the new Prius then.
Where it just goes like this.
No.
Yeah, it looks like a triangle.
Well, I mean, it's a more aerodynamic car. Like
I've seen them in real life.
I mean, going from what it looked like to this,
it looks sleeker for sure.
It's a lot more better looking than a Prius. You know, like I said, the electric cars look sexy as shit now. Like they look nice. You know, it used to be like the Prius, the egg. You know, like the original Prius.
You look like a nerd if you like the Nissan Leaf.
Yes, you know, like they're looking more better now.
The Chevy Volt. The
Chevy Volt, which was a fail on Chevy's part right there, but a lot of new electric vehicles just look sexy shit. Have you seen? I mean, we talked about the Lucids. You know, like the Lucids look nice. I've seen one out there in real life. You know, in the wild, and they just look nice. They look sexy. They look expensive because I mean the Lucids are expensive as shit. You know, but like they took it from becoming a gas saving like this economic car because originally like that's what they were supposed to be. They're supposed to be economic cars to like these luxury brands. You know, Mercedes has fully electric vehicles now. BMW has fully electric cars now. The Hummer EV, bro.
Right.
Like, it's just 1,000 horsepower.
10,000-pound truck.
Yeah, and it doesn't act like a 10,000-pound truck because that instant acceleration basically at the acceleration pedal. It's not a gas pedal anymore.
Right.
You know, it's basically a button. It's like
like you probably have to slow it down.
And you know what else has to slow down too? The market for it. Because apparently from CNN Business, Ford to lose $3 billion from EV sales to consumers this year. Ford says it will lose $3 billion on its sales of electric vehicles to consumers this year, but it still expects to hit profit targets, and it's set for this year between $9 billion and $11 billion. So it's not a loss of money, but it's not, the sales aren't as hot anymore.
They'll still turn a profit on the year.
They just not doing
it's not
as
coming
much
from the electric part.
Right,
that's losing money.
Yeah, exactly. Ford says that it's actually the EVs that they're losing money from the EVs.
That's what I'm saying. The electric part.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant that they weren't
Stop
losing.
Gaslighting me.
Ford said those EV losses and overall profit both come from expenses, from interest and taxes. The $3 billion loss is roughly equal to what it lost on EVs on that basis the last 2 years combined. It said it also lost about $900 million in 2021 and $2.1 billion in 2022. It's the first time it gave a breakout of the results from the EV operations. But it said it expects EVs to start making money soon, going from a 40% operation loss margin last year when it sold about 96,000 EVs, bringing in $5.3 million in revenue, to about an 8% profit margin by the end of 2026, which experts increase production of EVs to bring global production of those vehicles to a 2 million annual rate by the end of the year. So they've slowed down, but they're still making money. They're still going to continue to sell EVs,
You know what it was? What I chalk it up to is how much they invested into the Ford Lightning and the Ford EV, the F-150, the F-150 EV.
Okay,
because it just didn't perform as advertised.
And originally, like, you're buying a battery powered truck.
Yeah, not that luxury trucks don't exist, but it's very impractical, and they're a very small portion of the market. Luxury
trucks. Look at the Platinum F-150.
Exactly.
All right, $100,000 basically.
For every one Platinum truck, you sold 100 of the fleet trucks.
Right, but the downside of this is obviously the advertisement, right? Like, you have all this range, it's a 300-mile range, at a certain weight capacity, right? People that actually buy trucks obviously over exceed the weight capacity a lot of the times if you're using a truck as a truck. If you're buying a truck just to be around the city, then I guess that's fine.
And the market for those people is extremely small.
Right.
So you probably didn't want to throw that much money at the F-150 all electric.
Right. I know, because I've seen electric F-150s. I've never seen a dirty one.
Yeah.
All right. So
my buddy has a brand new 2021, 22 GMC Sierra lifted and everything.
Yeah.
He calls it his pavement princess.
Because that's what it is.
Because it's never gonna touch dirt.
Exactly.
He has big ass fucking wheels, like fucking 33s or whatever.
Right.
Like I said, it's lifted. It's a very douchey truck.
I
love it. I love the truck. Don't get me wrong.
Because they look nice, you know, but just don't expect it to do truck things.
No, exactly. And he's perfectly open about it. He's like, this is my pavement princess.
Right.
That's never touching the job site.
Like earlier, I was in the market. I was gonna buy myself a new Ram, and I was thinking about getting between a 2020 to 2023 newer Ram, but I wanted the Laramie edition of it, so basically like the beautiful kind of it, I wanted to be driving basically, like a house payment,
That's basically what it is. It's $1,000 something a month.
Yeah, because I like it, it looks nice, and the way how I behave is I'm going to buy it and I'm going to keep it for a while, so why not get the one that I want? That was my thinking. That was my reason behind it, of why I was going to buy it. I never did buy it because I ended up buying an engine for my truck that I'm going to soon, put on there. But they look nice.
Right.
The Lightning looks nice. In theory, it looks nice as how would you say, like a contractor's truck. basically somebody that doesn't really like goes to the job site and takes notes and leaves. You know, somebody that's gonna be like hooking up a trailer and hauling shit, you know, and all that. Like they're not gonna buy an electric truck. Yeah,
because even the Rivian trucks, the all electric, those things are super powerful. They can haul just about anything, but you're gonna haul for like only 100 miles,
right? And so the advertisement was the best part. That is like it's everything the truck can do. Technically, that's correct.
Yeah,
but it doesn't perform as a regular truck.
Yeah, because like on a regular truck it can probably haul more than a gas powered truck. But the gas powered truck
it can haul more than a gas powered truck.
Right, but see, then the gas powered truck is going to haul all day.
Exactly,
that's the thing. It's going to haul back and forth all day, up and down the trails, everything. This electric lightning thing is only going to haul for like 100 miles and you're done.
It fully charged, you're fully charged at max capacity. You're roughly getting like around 100 to 150 miles on a full charge because you're using up all of its power on the weight of the truck. You know, like, and on top of that, now you got to go find a charging station.
And you got to wait 2 hours.
You have to wait. Yes, and
or 30 minutes if it's a supercharging station.
If it's a supercharging station, yes, 30 minutes. But at the same time, like
imagine it took 30 minutes to pump gas.
Yeah, that's the annoying part of it.
Yeah,
you know, like I said,
but you can play video games while you sit in there. Like, why I'm in a hurry. I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes.
These electric vehicles are good for people that are in the city that go from A to B.
Yes,
that's not 100 miles.
If you're the contractor showing up to the job site just to take notes and take pictures. Sure.
Right. Exactly.
Get the electric.
And that's what I mean. You know, because like you can go do that,
but
go get food for your people as while you're doing that, you know, plug it in, have it charged, and then, you know, go rent to the store and do all that.
But then why would you need that truck? Because apparently it has enough power that you can run your electric saws and things of that nature, but you're going to drain your battery.
Yes, exactly.
Like
I get it,
but it's going to be very poor performance.
It acts like a power station, which is a cool thing about it, but you're not going to be using it for the full 8 to 12 hours a day, you know, like just like running all your equipment off of a truck. You know, like I said, their marketing was on point, you know, because they're like, cool, I can run my saw off of my truck, you know, but guess what? Like, you got to like grab that lumber from the house, take it all the way to your truck. I mean, I guess you have an extension cord or whatever, you know, but like it doesn't make sense, you know.
Yeah, I think the problem was that the problem people had with it is that the expectations that it can be a work truck were not met. Like it can do those things, just doesn't do them as well as a gas powered vehicle.
Right, exactly. Because like I said, the lack of
it's too inconvenient.
It is. It just is. And
if you're an Uber driver, by all means, go electric.
Yeah, literally get the Lightning. Because it's not gonna. You can finally have a truck without having to pay for the gas of a truck.
Yeah,
you know, which is I guess the pro of it. You know, because my truck.
That's why I picked the truck that I have. It's a little V6 2.7 with the twin turbos. It can haul. It can pull a 5,000-pound trailer easy.
Right.
But I also, when a trailer's not attached, I'm getting like 18, 19 miles per gallon in the city.
Right. My truck, where it had the 4.7, it roughly got me between 12 to 16 miles per gallon on highway. So it was and I had
on the highway I'm hitting 25.
You hitting 25?
25 miles per gallon.
That's not bad
on the highway.
That's not bad.
I went from here to Vegas. Which, you know, we're in California. It was 8 hours away. So I drove from here to Vegas and I still had a quarter tank left.
No way, for reals?
Yeah.
Damn. This last weekend, I went to Monterey on our little Jeep and I did half tank going to Monterey. But then again, you know, no, just to get there. Yeah, just to get there. And it's an inline 4. But then again, you know, like the tank.
It's for a small tank. It's like it's like a 9-gallon tank.
Yeah, around there, you know. So technically, like it offshoots or whatever, you know.
Yeah, because so I have a little Toyota, a little Corolla, and yeah, that I can do from here to San Jose and back on a half tank. Not even a full tank, a half tank. But again, it's only like a 9-gallon tank.
Right, and. Yeah, I mean, so like this is
19 gallons.
Another reason why I think that this is going to continue the upward trend is because if you live in California like we do, by what was it, 2035? Was it 25 or 35?
35.
By 35, you can no longer buy a gas-powered vehicle in California.
You can no longer purchase a new gas-powered vehicle.
This is what I meant to say. Yes, you can no longer
I can still sell you my gas-powered car.
Dealers can no longer sell new gas-powered vehicles. You know what? I don't even think used car dealerships will be able to sell because they said that.
Assume dealers cannot, but private parties can.
Private parties, yes, but a used car lot isn't a private party.
No,
it's so
they're fucked.
Yeah, basically. So mom and pop shops, once again, you're screwed.
Yep.
You know, unless you have used Lightnings, Mustangs, or whatever like that.
But then you're insanely stupid for buying a used electric vehicle because those batteries are going to need to be replaced, and they're like $25,000.
Eventually, though, the good thing about new batteries like the Teslas, after 10 years of the batteries being used, apparently after 10 years, the life expectancy goes down 10%. So like instead of 100% battery, it's now 90% battery.
Okay.
You know, it's still not bad.
So you get like 90% of the range you used to get.
Right, exactly. Which is almost like if you think about it, it's basically like an engine, you know. Yeah, your engine, every time you use it, it's getting worn, you know. Yeah, it's not staying pristine, you know. So at least it's good enough to where it's not bad, you know.
But I think the problem with that I have with this right now is that currently, as it stands, and for the foreseeable future, replacing batteries on electric cars are not cheap.
No, they're not. They're not.
Like some dude he's all pissed off because his Rivian truck is brand new. He's not even done paying it off yet, and he had to replace the battery because of some sort of malfunction or whatever.
Did you see how much it cost if your Rivian gets a little fender bender? Have you seen how much they cost?
No.
Dude, so there's once again I talked about it on a few episodes ago, but Rich Rebuilds, he had a Rivian and he got into a little he let his somebody borrow his Rivian and they backed up into it was either another car or something else, and he got like a little bump in the tailgate. It was around almost like $40,000 to fix. You know why? It's a unibody.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you have to basically replace the whole thing basically because it's a unibody. They make it look slick, which was a big issue with
the Honda Ridgeline.
That's what I was gonna say. Yes,
unibody.
Yeah, exactly. The Ridgeline when that popped up, people were getting into fender benders. Basically, they were salvaging the vehicle, the truck. It's a minivan with a bed, you know.
The Avalanche is also unibody.
But the Avalanche looks better.
Yeah, the Avalanche looks sick.
The Avalanche, which was kind of the Chevy's EV, is almost the Avalanche. So I'm mad that they didn't call it the Avalanche EV. You know, like because it looks like an Avalanche. You've seen it, right?
No.
You haven't seen the new the concept for the Silverado EVs?
No, I haven't.
So
of course they made that a fucking unibody. That color too.
Yeah, right.
That blue.
Yeah, it doesn't cost sexy, but that's a sexy truck right there. So like I'm saying, there's popping out laws of, you know, combustible engines because California now has it too, where if you have you're in this business. So did you hear about that law that if you own a landscape business, apparently like you can no longer also buy like gas powered mowers and stuff like that?
Yes, but your business has to be a certain size.
Right, exactly. That was the up part about it. But now if you work for a bigger company, guess what? Now you gotta make sure you buy generators, which soon they're not going to be gas powered generators either. They're going to be electrical generators.
They have to recharge.
Yeah, which is you're inconveniencing everybody.
So already there's a company here that already does that, and they're actually all across the state. That's called Brightview, and they've already made the switch.
Did you slash your tires when you see them?
Oh, I will. Okay. But no, I've seen them, and that's what they do is they've purchased pallets, dude, of equipment, like just they're unboxing pallets of blowers, mowers, and everything, and it's all electric. It's all battery powered. Like the trailers, like you look in their trailers, and now it's just like docking stations for all the batteries, so they can recharge. It's pretty nuts, but yeah, they're a very, very large company, and I mean like stupid large.
I mean, if you can afford it, if you're large enough like that, like if you can afford it, by all means, go for it. Mom and pop, like like mom and pop companies cannot afford that.
No,
you know, like because how many batteries do you have to buy?
You do get rebates, but that's also why the law doesn't apply to mom and pops.
Right. You can get rebates, but you know the rebates are basically going to buying new batteries. So,
right. So there's plenty of incentive. There's the rebates that you get for switching to all electric. There's the tax incentives that you get for switching to all electric. So you get some of that money back. You're gonna get your equipment on the cheap overall.
Right.
Up front, you're going to pay an arm and a leg.
Right. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you can afford it, then more power to you because these big corporations can afford it.
Yeah.
You know,
easily. Like, right. You just said, okay, sure. You know, pallets.
Yeah. Like I said, like you.
That's me snapping my finger, by the way. I can't snap my fingers. Fuck you.
There you go. You're welcome. What time? Just like that corporation can buy every man like the equivalent to 4 batteries, you know. So if you do a job site and it takes 1 battery, then you go to the next one and use another battery where you're charging up the other battery, you know.
Right.
Like a mom and pop can't afford these batteries. These batteries cost a lot. Have you seen Milwaukee batteries? How much they cost?
Well, and now that they know that they're government mandated, the price goes up, not down.
Oh no, definitely.
Because they knew that this was going to happen.
Right, and it's all Greta Thunberg's fault. Like it's all because of her.
It's that damn sailboat.
You know, I seen this video that was going around. If I find it, I'll post it. But
how dare you?
Right, it's basically like they called it like real environmentalists versus fake ones, and it had her just sitting down, you know, like protesting while the cops pick her up and drag her away, and the real environmentalists were like waist deep in water, like cleaning up the oceans, cleaning up the seas, you know. That's real environmentalists. All right? Don't glue your hand to the piece of like a cement right there and call yourself an environmentalist when you're not doing shit. All right? Nobody cares about your hand. You know, like you seen that one, right? Where like this guy like has he literally used like industrial adhesive to glue his hand to cement.
Jesus.
Yeah, and apparently now like he's living with a piece of cement stuck to his hand because there's no way of removing his hand from the cement. He literally like epoxied it, like I said, basically industrial strength adhesive, you know, to his hand. And now,
what a dumb fuck.
Exactly, you know, like now you can't use your hand. Why? Because you thought you were gonna get laid by that blue hair chick, you know, or dude, you know, which it's 2023. But
one of the other recent laws that passed here in California for the landscaping business is that you can no longer water ornamental grass if it's not functioning grass, and that means like in service, like for a playground.
Right.
You cannot water it.
So you can't water your lawn
if you're a commercial business. If you're residential, you can still water your lawn. If you're commercial, you're about to see dead grass all over the state. Which for me personally,
do they not understand that? Like
personally, I'm okay with this.
They do not understand like that. Grass helps keep down dust,
and also helps the temperatures stay low and whatever. So there's like they're meeting you halfway with you can water trees.
You know what would solve what would solve our crisis of no water? Just open up the water reservoirs and let us have water. You know, like we're still restricted.
We
also
need dams, not trains.
Yes, literally. You know, like there's so many solutions for California to have water, but no, let's give you something that you didn't ask for, which is a train. You know, just so you can get to LA faster. You know,
but it's not even going to LA anymore. It's going from Sacramento to Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's not exactly, dude. Like it's like
you know the cultural hub of California.
Can remember as a small child going to middle school, literally seeing like on the roadsides, like out in the country, that says like we need water reservoirs, we need to build dams. Like it's been that long.
Yeah.
You know, like it's still.
Oh, and they're nowhere close to being done.
No, they're not. And then
they're like 20 years behind schedule.
And then another excuse is like, well, if like, why are we gonna build it if it takes this long? You know, like there's a famous quote of like, why are we gonna build it if it takes this long? Like for instance,
well, China's building high-speed rails in freaking a year or two.
Yeah, because they have no choice. If they don't build it, they die.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, so
it's enslavement.
Exactly. You know, like there's this quote.
I'm just saying, they get things done.
I forgot who said it. I think it was Bill Gates that said it. They're like, why are we gonna build nuclear power plants if they take like 10 years to build? It was something around those lines. I'm probably saying that quote wrong, because I think they were talking about like nuclear power, because nuclear power is literally the best source of energy.
Right.
If you want to pay $5 to heat up your whole entire house, cool down your whole entire house, run the AC like all day, you don't have to be there. You can literally leave the windows open, and only pay like $5 to $10 a month. It's nuclear power.
Yeah.
And another thing that people don't understand, the cleanest form of power is nuclear power.
Right.
It's not windmills, it's not coal, it's not electricity, it's literally, well, I mean, electricity, but you know what I mean? It's nuclear power. All right. Just because there was obviously, Chernobyl and like those failed stuff, it scared people.
In Japan.
Yeah. Which was Fukushima, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It scared people into running away from nuclear power.
Right.
Nuclear power is one of the most cleanest, also, other than the catastrophes, one of the most safest ways to power up entire cities, entire states. And you would never need to these high electricity bills, they basically disappear. That's how good.
I doubt that. What would happen is they would just realize, hey, we can charge you more now.
Well, I mean, yes, but in theory, it's obviously not going to be for free, but it's going to be a lot more. If everybody had it, and if it was already a thing, electricity would be really cheap.
Yeah,
it really would. That's how good nuclear power is. And now another thing that I see in the near future is going to be nuclear fusion power. Where you can split the atom and take that energy and make it into usable energy.
We need Stark Industries to solve our energy crisis.
We do, but you know who we also need?
Who?
A lovely, lovely puppy. Is it a puppy? Is he a puppy still?
22 months.
So because a year is not considered a puppy anymore after a year, right?
Probably.
I don't know, dog years.
7 years to 1 human year.
So then 2 years would be
14.
So it's technically it's a teenager.
It's a teenage dog.
No wonder it's acting out.
Yeah, exactly.
Mario, go ahead with the next story.
Is Joe Biden's dog attacking Secret Service agents as a part of an anti-MAGA conspiracy?
And play X-Men music right now.
Says,
I need my tinfoil hat. Shit.
E-Bombs World reports. President Joe Biden's dog, Commander Biden, proved he really should have been named Commander Bitten this week after messages surfaced alleging the 22-month-old German Shepherd had bitten Secret Service agents, according to emails obtained by conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch. According to these messages, 10 biting-related incidents had occurred involving the pup, including one which an agent allegedly required hospitalization after getting nipped in the arm and the thigh back in November 2022. Though Commander is currently undergoing more training, Kaiser, the head writer at popular celebrity gossip website Celebrity, speculated that there may be a method to the dog's apparent madness. Says, if I remember correctly, Major was getting aggressive with different people, not just Secret Service agents, they said, referencing Biden's older pet who now lives with the family friends in Delaware, after he reportedly nipped some household staff alongside members of POTUS's protection team. It doesn't sound like Commander is doing that. Commander is singularly focused on Secret Service agents, they continued. Considering the pooch's laser vision in taking down his dad's bodyguards, Kaiser hinted at a theory. Maybe this bad behavior was more than a coincidence, referencing a haunting tale from the days following Biden's victory. When Biden-Harris won in 2020, the President-elect Biden asked the Secret Service to only put certain people on his detail and VP Harris's detail, as in he didn't want any agents who were loyal to Trump in any way, the blogger explained. Y'all know some of those MAGA people slipped through, though. They infiltrated every part of the federal government, Secret Service included. With these remaining stragglers, Kaiser argued Commander's attacks just might be justified. You may say that Commander is too aggressive. I say that he's just looking out for his mom and dad. Dogs know when the vibe is off.
So apparently, it's Trump's fault that Biden's dog is biting Secret Service members.
So it's not his fault necessarily. Is that he's attacking what they consider to be Trump loyalists in the Secret Service.
So it's still Trump's fault. it's Trump's fault in theory around like it's just let's be honest, all right? This dog does not like feds. All right, this
dog's not a narc.
Yeah, exactly. It knows it knows it knows who to bite, basically. You know, it knows that like, okay, I don't like the Secret Service, but like the fact that they're trying to say that it's Trump appointed Secret Service members, like at the end of the day, if you're a Secret Service member, like your job is to take a bullet for the president. You know,
right.
not to have a loyalty on either side. You know, because like if you like Joe Rogan has had like a lot of like Secret Service members on, and you know I've heard a lot of podcasts also where they have Secret Service members on there, and whenever you hear them talking about like the presidents that they protected, they never have a political slant. They never do.
No political leanings.
Not really. Like they talk about like maybe, you know, like one person treated them better than the other, you know, but like they literally all say like at the end of the day, their job is to take a bullet for the president.
Right.
You know, and if not, exchange bullets, you know, to stop the person from, you know, sending out his bullets, you know? Right. So like this whole stuff about like, you know, oh, they're MAGA appointed like Secret Service agents. Like it's just, I mean, it was a slow news day for this person.
Sounds like, yeah.
Like it's just another way to try to like fuel the fire of left versus right when it's not really like that, you know?
Well, yeah, like for example, speaking of fueling this stuff, there's like one of these tweets from somebody that says, absolutely this. Dogs can tell a bad person and will protect their own people from the bad. If Commander bits someone, look at the person, not the dog. No, they're still dogs.
Insert meme right here of heroic pit bull swims 10 miles to bite a little child. Like,
yeah,
there's like
that kid must have been a Trump supporter or something.
Exactly, right? Like it's just so like
all male men are Trump supporters.
I guarantee you this tweet. Look at the person, not the dog. What if that was Trump's dog?
Right.
Not only look at the dog, look at also Trump.
What if it was Trump's dog and they bit a Secret Service member who happened to be black or gay?
A gay black guy.
Jesus Christ. That's the most racist dog.
That's
the most bigoted dog.
That's impeachable offense right there. Not only are they going to like impeach Trump for the third time, they're also going to impeach the dog.
It reminds me of...
They're going to kick the dog out of the doggy like community.
It reminds me of that episode of King of the Hill where Hank's dog kept biting the Bernie Mac because he was there to fix Hank's water heater.
Yeah.
He was like, he doesn't hate black people, he just hates repairmen.
Yeah, like he was trying to make it seem that no, he's not racist. Yeah. And then they finally call in another guy and he's white and he's all happy and this dog right there like growling at him. He's all scared. And
he's like chewing up the guy's pants.
Yeah, and he's like, look, Peggy, he's not a racist.
He's not a racist dog.
Dude, like they need a King of the Hill. Is like one of the best cartoons out there. Like,
oh yeah!
It started off. Did you know how King of the Hill started off?
It was part of Beavis and Butthead.
But yes, but it originally started off as like it wasn't necessarily a cartoon. Like in today's standards, it was more of like a to show how a stereotypical suburban household was.
Right.
You know, that's basically how it was, a white suburban household. You know, that's basically what it was, and then it just ended up transforming to be its own thing.
Yeah.
You know, which was like it's. It
was one of the best written cartoons ever.
Dale is my my spirit animal. All right, he hates the government. He's into conspiracy theorists. You know, he's my spirit animal.
I don't know who you're talking about. I only know a Rusty Shackleford.
Oh yeah, Rusty Shackleford. The episode where he tried to fake his own death. I think he actually he actually found out who Rusty Shackleford was, right? There was an episode like that.
Fuck, I don't remember.
I think so. Like that he went to go confront Dale, and I think that's when Dale tried to fake his own death with Peggy. Like in the back, like I think they tried to blow up the shack or whatever like that, and like he still found them. I don't know, dude. Like King of the Hill, like my favorite cartoons growing up at all time was Dragon Ball Z and King of the Hill.
No, the King of the Hill was the GOAT. I think there was a good amount of time where it was better than The Simpsons.
Yes, The Simpsons is okay, but like honestly, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, The Simpsons, like, it's mediocre.
Well, so for me, I grew up with it, so
I did too. Well, like, I mean, it was as soon as you got home from
season 1 through 10, the best cartoon series, animated series in the history of television, guaranteed. For me, second place behind that, then goes King of the Hill, then goes Futurama.
I don't know, dude. Like to me, The Simpsons is more background noise. Like I don't. Like, let's just put it this way: if there's a new episode of Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, insert another one here, I'm gonna watch all the other ones and never watch The Simpsons.
Oh, I haven't. So all the new Simpsons, it really started to fall off after like season 14, 15. Seasons like 11 through 14, kind of mid. But then after that, it's just been a fucking train wreck.
I don't know, dude. Like, to me, it's just.
I can't watch it anymore.
To me, I'm like not into it. Like, it's just
they made Homer way too stupid.
And then, like, I think another reason when it fell off for me also is like when they started then making it like Homer's head blows up.
Yeah,
you know, and like he's still walking around.
Like Homer is way too stupid. Lisa's way too smart.
And liberal.
I mean, the liberal part doesn't really bother me.
Did you see the part where they killed off Apu, and the writers kind of threw in a little jab at the audience because of it?
No.
So so they killed off Apu, and Lisa said something to the lines of what used to be okay in society 10 years ago is no longer acceptable in today's standards. And like she's looking, you know, at the people, you know, so that was like the little jab at, you know, basically saying, you know, it was okay to have Apu, and then, you know,
like now it's
for
not.
the longest time, and now it's not.
Yeah.
You know, like I will admit that I like it when they throw jabs at today's, you know, society. Like for another one was like they were making fun of like people in Harvard, and they were calling them basically like a bunch of pussies. Basically, you know, like they were talking shit. So they do have a lot of real world themes that they still make fun of. I mean, like they make fun of Trump, they make fun of like political stuff. Like they just like they throw in a lot of jabs to like real world scenarios, which I appreciate. But to me, it's like I just don't find The Simpsons like entertaining.
See, to me, that's cheap for me. It's not very creative, very original.
What can you do? You can't do nothing more, dude. It's like literally it's the longest television series
stop.
Yeah, it's literally been the longest television series, period. You know, like, what more can you do? You can't do nothing else. You have to start implementing real world scenarios into it, like actors and a lot of stuff. Like, there's not much more you can do. That's why they're making Homer a lot more stupider than what he was. That's why they're making, you know, Bart more Barty, and, you know, like, it's just like there's only so much you can do. Yeah, you know, like I'm surprised they haven't called it a quits. I don't think
they should have fucking 15 years ago. They should have stopped already.
Honestly, to me, even though I don't watch it, I honestly don't want them to, because I want them to hold that title of like the longest TV show, period.
Aren't they already?
Yes, but I want them to continue it.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it, but I just don't want them to stop. You know, like for instance, like Forrest Gump. You know, like he ran forever, right? And then he stopped.
So will The Simpsons.
Yeah, you know, like you don't want him to stop, but apparently, like one of these days he will stop.
I do. Fuck that. Why have it on? It's no longer quality. Just get rid of it.
At least so my grandkids can maybe see The Simpsons and be like, why?
Oh, my kids love The Simpsons. They watch The Simpsons, but they only watch like seasons 1 through like 15.
Okay.
Everything after that, even they're like, nah, this isn't for me.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Like, to me, like I said, even seasons 1 through 15, like, I just don't care, dude. Like, like I said, the Simpsons was something that they put on, like my parents put on, because for the longest time we couldn't afford cable, you know. So basically, like, my only cartoons were The Simpsons, you know. It's like I would watch that right there, you know. And even then, when I was small, like I would just watch it because it was a form of cartoon.
Still a cartoon,
you know?
Yeah.
It's still a cartoon, you know. But like that was my cartoon,
yeah.
You know, like obviously, you know, you'd have no, Toonami was not. Toonami was cable. Yeah, man, I remember when we'd get cable. And like the first thing of Toonami came on, and I'm like watching everything.
My life has changed.
Right? You had Zoids, you had G Gundam, man. Back then, cartoons, dude. Well, What do you guys think about the whole EV situation? Are you guys going to buy an EV when our dictators say that we can no longer have V8s and V6s and i4s? Bugatti's still going to make you seen the W16 engines, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Works of art.
Beautiful. Are you guys going to buy EVs? Are you going to buy EV lawnmower? I mean, I would if I had a house. I'd buy an EV lawnmower. Like
I'm this close because my gas powered one keeps fucking up on me, and I'm tired of throwing money at it.
I mean, like, but why? Like, you could though, because like it's gonna be quiet. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like this fucking close.
If you were to buy one, what brand?
Probably.
What brand of tools?
Ego?
What brand of tools do you own right now?
Like a variety, but mostly Shindaiwa.
Power tools.
Oh, what, you mean for lawn tools or for power tools?
Just power tools.
Power tools, Ryobi.
Ryobi? Because Ryobi has a lawnmower.
Yeah, Ryobi and DeWalt.
I don't think DeWalt has a lawnmower yet, do they?
I don't think so, but Ryobi does.
Yeah, so there you go. You can buy a Ryobi lawnmower. Because you have the batteries from already.
They're different batteries.
Oh, are they?
They don't fit, no.
Oh, they're the long brick ones, huh?
Yeah, they're the long brick ones, yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Guys, please donate us money so Mario can buy himself a Ryobi lawnmower.
It's for the environment.
It's for the environment. We care about the environment. We care about MAGA FBI agents getting bit by a commie. He's a German Shepherd, right?
Yeah.
A commie German Shepherd. Well, technically German, so it'd be a socialist German Shepherd.
It'd be a East German Shepherd.
Which would be socialist.
Yeah.
Not commies, because they weren't commies.
Weren't they? I don't remember.
No, they're socialist.
They're sociopaths.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this episode of the Slightly Out Podcast. We will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.